Okay, I think I'm getting good at this now. Today, I'm way more awake than I was yesterday. Yesterday, I felt like an absolute zombie coming in, but today, I'm a little bit more in the swing of things. So I'm Alex, I'm with Tim.
What did you do differently?
Nothing. I went to bed even maybe like half an hour later. I just woke up on the right side of bed today.
Mindset?
Yeah, getting my game face on. I'm ready today, Sault Marie. I'm ready.
I went to bed last night at 9:30.
What? I went to bed around like 10:30.
Keith is leaving to go to Sudbury to work on Letterkenny now. So
nice.
A friend of his drove all the way. How nice is this? She drove all the way from North Bay where he was working on another film, and then she came to Sault Marie yesterday, and she's taking him to Sudbury because I can't get away. So we took her out for dinner last night.
Of course.
We went to the Delta and we sat on the patio. It was gorgeous.
Really?
Oh man, this city, you know what? It's taken some time.
Yeah.
But I think we're finally getting there. I tell you, we sat there, we watched that cruise ship that was docked there. We watched the tourists coming and going. We watched Sault Ste. Marie standing at Beaver Tails waving at the ship as it left in the sunset. The sunset was gorgeous on the bridge. The patio was busy and
capitalizing on our beautiful
waterfront.
Love it, love it,
people
love
walking
it.
their dogs and running in. Look there. Oh, look.
Wow.
Jacob is so quick on the draw. Look at how gorgeous that looks.
And I mean, mind you, too, imagine if you were there during the weekend, during the poker run. You get to watch all the
that poker run, I sang the anthems. Did you see the turnout for that thing?
I did not see the turnout.
And when they start their engines, I mean, look, seriously, was this a weekend? It was Pride Fest. It was poker run. It was it was just a beautiful weekend.
And the charity run on Sunday, too, is a part of the poker run.
See?
Right? Love
Sault Ste. Marie, that's the Downtown Association, Future Sault Ste. Marie, that's Tourism Sault Ste. Marie, that's the Economic Development Corporation, all doing it right for Sault Ste. Marie.
And have you seen all of the murals? All of the
my gosh!
Doesn't that just make downtown just seem that much more lively and just
honestly
colorful and vibrant and welcoming?
I hope Josh makes it in. Josh is scheduled to come on the show. He's got 2 guests because there's a new announcement that they just made about communications as wireless. I don't even know, data stuff.
Ooh, important ones and zeros.
I know. So they had a big thing last night, and he was supposed to be on the show, but I haven't seen him yet. So I hope he gets here. Something may have come up. Anyway, we can talk to Josh about what's going on with the Downtown Association and the guests he's bringing in.
But so far, just a fantastic job. I've said it to so many people. It's so nice. I mean, I may not have been in Sault Ste. Marie as long as Tim has, but in my 21 years in Sault Ste. Marie,
I have socks older than you.
In my 21 years in Sault Ste. Marie, this is the first time I've seen this much effort down there, and I love it.
Are you ready?
I don't know. So as we mentioned yesterday on the morning show, we were gonna dive into. Wow, this is cold.
I'm sorry, I bought it at 5 to 7.
Yes, okay.
Okay, this is, now hang on, let's explain for those who didn't tune in yesterday.
Okay,
where the hell were you?
I'll let Audrey get a close-up of this right here.
Okay, so this is the Beyond Meat sausage patty. I don't think we're allowed to call it a burger. I don't know if I think the egg might be real in this one. I don't think this is the fake egg, but we're here to try the sausage. Are you ready?
I don't know.
We're gonna have food in our teeth after this, so don't smile when you're done.
Okay, don't kiss me.
No worries. That's a lot of dead air right now. 2 guys chewing. Okay, what do you think?
Well,
can you tell it's not meat? If you gave me this and said, maybe this was a bad idea. If you gave me this and said, and didn't tell me it wasn't meat, I wouldn't know.
I would think you don't know how to cook, but I would still think it's meat. I don't know. For me,
maybe a little dry, Alice, because it's been sitting on the table for an hour.
Cleanse the palate.
It's peppery.
Now,
I could easily eat this and enjoy it. This is a Tim Hortons mung bean. I know it doesn't sound weird. It's a bean.
Yeah.
But they've spiced it, and I guess maybe breading. I don't know.
So now, normally I'm not a big breakfast sausage guy, unless it's like the.
Oh, you're not?
No, not the patty wise. This ain't so bad. Honestly, it's really not.
Okay.
I thought, it being cold and being sausage patty that I just go into it.
I enjoyed it and it was cold. I'm sure when this is, it was really good and hot too. I'm all for it.
Out of 10. Out of 10, what are you giving it?
Wait, out of 10 for like a
10 is like, that is the best.
Are we talking like, are we talking taste and everything, the whole package, what I think of the entire mung?
Unless you have a more
experience?
Specific breakdown of it, yes. Just the.
Well, I mean, you could say texture, you could say seasoning, you could say all those things.
Okay.
But on a scale of 1 to 10 for the entire package,
yes,
I would give that an 8.
Wow.
Not you?
I was thinking 8, but I think I'm going to stick with 7. I said, I'm a little unbiased.
I would go to a 9 if it were warm and hot. Like
See, yeah.
I'd probably go to a 9.
And I might go to an 8 if it was warm and hot.
So is that better for us than sausage? Probably, because pork fat is like, fattier.
I don't know. There's a lot of different things. There's more... I don't know. More ingredients in that. So...
But see, here's the nice thing. You're not eating an animal. That's the whole point of this. You're not eating an animal.
Just the unborn one because of the egg.
But but you can. They have the egg. They have the egg. Stop it. They have the egg that you can get.
Sorry, being a little morbid on today's morning show.
You can get the fake egg.
You can. Can you get the fake egg?
I'm gonna burp now.
He did.
Well, I can't control that kind of stuff when I have a spicy fake sausage. Mung beans make you burp. Do they make you do other things that beans make you do? I don't know.
Beans, the magical fruit.
You'll find out later, Alex.
Oh, God.
Okay, let's talk about On This Day in History, because I love to do that. No, wait, first, while I was in the patio last night, this person came over to me. Maybe I'll say his name. Should I say his name? I don't want to say his name, but he's been a guest on the show.
Okay.
And he saw me across the patio, and he came over to say hello and share some news with me. There's a new establishment opening up on Queen Street. It's gonna have a patio. It's licensed. The liquor guy's going on. I'm not even gonna tell you where, or I don't want to spoil this. I'm just telling you.
Don't make me guess. No,
don't guess on here. Anyway, new developments. Queen Street keeps continuing to grow, and a patio, and it's gonna be exciting.
I can't gasp anymore.
And I actually got a sneak peek at the menu.
And can you?
No, you're not even ready for it. There's nothing like it in the city.
Can you spill the beans?
There's nothing like that. Was good. There's nothing like it in the city right now. I'm very excited for this gentleman, this young entrepreneur.
Nothing like it.
Nothing like it.
Not even close.
Nothing like it. Anyway, today in history.
You're just gonna leave me on that?
I'm just telling you to stay tuned, because I think we're gonna have the scoop on this, since he came to me on the patio and he secretly showed me he happened to have his menu.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
That's good. You stay right there. Samuel de Champlain. Do you recall that name in history class?
No, I recall it because you said it 5 minutes ago before we came into the studio.
How did you not learn about Samuel de Champlain in history?
Me in history, I was more of like a World War II buff. So
Alex, this was elementary school. You learned about Samuel de Champlain.
Elementary school.
One of the French explorers, 1609. He was in Canada.
My favorite year.
So I remember learning about Samuel de Champlain, and you know what? In my history lessons, he was a Frenchman who came and he discovered this and he settled. There he is, you son of a.
Oh.
You know what that man did? I'll tell you what these fabulous explorers did when they came to this land, to Turtle Island.
Groomed his facial hair kind of nicely.
He was the first European to use firearms against indigenous peoples. He killed 3 chiefs with one shot of his arquebus. Have you heard of an arquebus?
No.
It's a long, what do you call that? Long nose?
Like a rifle?
It is, but it stands on either a tripod or a fork.
A thing at the end? Yeah.
And it was a musket, so it shot, of course, all kinds of pellets. Killed 3 people. It began the Iroquois War, which lasted to 1624. 1609 to 1624. The Iroquois were fierce, man. They fought those settlers until they settled them. Anyway, I just feel like no one talked about the fact that Samuel de Champlain was a freaking murderer when he came to, but I mean, they all were. They killed them.
Yeah.
That's our history, folks. I don't like it. Anyway, here we are. We're lucky. There we go. I guess we should once again thank all of the people, the indigenous people who allowed us to come onto this territory and allow us to share their land with their creator. It's a sad history, but it's true. Anyway, I hate to end on that sad note. Can I do one quick more fun one?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, what's a fun one? In 1948, professional wrestling premiered on primetime TV. Are you a fan of professional wrestling?
I'm going to SummerSlam in August, actually, yep.
It's a joke to me.
Yeah, it is. No, I get that.
My cousins used to do it all the time, and I'd just sit there and watch it and go, what do you want?
You like theater. It's like men's soap opera theater.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. I can buy that. Okay, let's go and see if Josh Ingram showed up. Oh, I hear voices.
Well, If it ain't Josh, I'm coming to the DTA.
Okay, stay tuned. We're going to find out what happens next on Mornings with Luann and Tim and Alex. We'll be right back.
Stopping and nothing, I'm up in your face, shaking it off, no matter the cost. I'm feeling the wind, I'm taking it all. I'm paving the way with the sweat and the blood. I'm at the top, I'm rising above. I want the gold, give me the rush. Queen Midas, I got the touch. I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing. 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 I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true. With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
We are back. Look, they made it. Okay, so lots of people here. I got Kay, and I got John, and I got Josh. And Josh, this is all about digital, what's it called?
Digital Main Street.
I don't know what that means, Josh Ingram. Josh Ingram from the Downtown Association, ladies and gentlemen. Can you tell me what that means?
Digital Main Street is the two types of grants that you can get that has been taken care of via the province of Ontario, TABIA, OBIA, which are acronyms that we can talk about later.
Okay.
But really, I'd pass it along to John to give us a rundown. He's the founder of this initiative.
Ooh, John, that sounds like you're important.
Not at all. Only in my own mind.
How long have you been involved with this initiative then?
Actually, we started Digital Main Street, the onset, the genesis of it started about 4 years ago.
Okay.
When it became very clear that traditional Main Street was facing some challenges around the digital world out there. The Amazons were growing exponentially, having an impact on many of the traditional Main Street businesses. So the idea was, what can we do to help small business to sort of overcome that hurdle? And effectively, it was to help drag small business into the 21st century, kicking and screaming, but nonetheless to drag them along. So really, it became clear that bricks and mortar needed some help. So we've moved into a stage of bricks and clicks. So
I like
here
that.
we are.
Bricks and clicks. You're clever, John.
Well, I don't know. Nightmares. But nonetheless, that was the genesis of the idea, and we got some assistance from the likes of City of Toronto Economic Development, Enterprise Toronto, as well as some of the big players out there like Google and Shopify, who also liked the idea, and they invested some money in us, and we basically developed a platform for this thing called Digital Main Street. We piloted in Toronto, had some wonderful success, and the province was watching us, and eventually they came to us and said, we want you guys to expand this provincially. and with the assistance of the Ontario Association of BIA, who are in the best position to go the province-wide, we were very successful in getting a grant to help facilitate that, and that is where Kay's organization comes in.
Yeah.
So your position with, it's the initials again are
OBIAA,
which
so
stands
Ontario Business Improvement Area Association.
That's a mouthful, Kay.
It is a mouthful. That's why we just say OBIA. OBIA, and TABIA. So that's how we kind of handle it. But yes, so, and of course TABIA and John are on our board of directors, so we've been working very closely on this, and we're so delighted when the province offered us this Main Street strategy that included the $12 million towards the digital Main Street.
Whoa.
Yes, it was a bit of a nightmare at first, just from a very small nonprofit budget to this.
Were you shocked?
Yeah.
But encouraged.
I think she's still glossing over a little bit every so often.
But really, it's been incredible building a wonderful team that is helping bringing this across the province. So that, as Josh mentioned, there's 2 grant streams. One of them is direct to either municipalities or business improvement areas, aka BIAs. A Made in Ontario legislation, by the way, which is revitalizing downtowns all across the province. Canada,
I didn't know
United
that the
States,
province
everywhere
was
else.
really looking into that as well. That this is,
Yeah.
I mean, we know that we've been struggling with this in Sault Ste. Marie, and Josh and the gang have done a great job of sort of moving the downtown forward. But I didn't realize this was a provincial. This is across the board how people are having problems with downtowns. Is that Main Streets? Is it?
I wouldn't say they're having problems now.
It's challenges?
The legislation's 50 years old.
No kidding?
The very first one started in Bloor West Village in Toronto. So again, Toronto was a leader here. And now there's 82 BIAs in Toronto alone. So Ottawa would have 18, for instance. Hamilton would have 13. But there are approximately 316 BIAs across the province of Ontario.
Do we have a BIA?
Yes, that's what you are. That's what you are.
The Downtown Association is a business improvement
area.
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay, that's right. I'm learning stuff.
So while this isn't a BIA-specific grant program, it can either go to the municipality or it could go to a BIA or a chamber. Basically, the key for the first grant is it's up to $10,000. And once, like Josh applied on behalf of Sault Ste. Marie's downtowns, so he got a grant for $10,000, and what he will do is hire or has hired a digital service squad, and their job is to get into the downtown, make sure that there can be found, the community can be found on something like Google 360, and then as they work with each business, they'll also upload each business onto it. So the very first job of theirs is to make sure that Sault Ste. Marie can be found on the World Wide Web.
Wow.
And then the next step will be to help the small businesses in a whole series of processes created by Digital Main Street. So the next one would be go in and make sure that each business, and we're really focused on the independent business. So the independent business will do an assessment and we'll teach them a little bit about where they are. What do they want to accomplish with their business? What steps should we be taking digitally to help us achieve our personal goals? So it's very customized.
Does this, because it's a grant, does that mean that the recipients of the service do they pay for this, or is this something that?
No, so once the digital service squad is in play, the grant covers all of their costs.
That's fantastic.
So then after they've done the assessment, then there's a number of learning modules they can take.
Oh.
The key is that we want to teach the businesses what they need to look for. Who do they hire? What do they hire if they want to update their website or do their search engine optimization? What is the key things that they need to learn? So we teach them that, and then if they qualify, the small business can also apply for a $2,500 grant in order to help them achieve their goals for their business.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
Are there deadlines on this, John?
There are. Obviously, the sooner we can get the digital service squads out there, so there are deadlines in terms of that, as well as for the individual businesses. So there is a sunset. Kay administers that side of things, Kay's organization, so she can give you the specific dates. But quite frankly, we've managed to service over 6,000 businesses in Toronto. And once the rollout happens, you can go through things pretty quickly. Many times it takes 1 or 2 visits into a business. The first time around is to do that initial assessment and give them a little bit of time to realize and get a better understanding of what their ultimate goal is. And then a second visit to get them through the process. But I believe March of next year is...
At this point, currently it's March 31st, 2020, done and
There's
dusted.
lots of time to get on board.
Lots of time, but yet the clock is ticking.
Oh, yeah.
So, we really want to encourage our businesses. We want to give the money away.
Josh, how do we get involved if you're a business? And by the way, does it have to be Main Street, or can it be any business in Sault Ste. Marie? Do you have to be a member of the Downtown Association or the Chamber? How does that work?
I believe we're bound to the definitions of downtown in our community.
Okay.
So that's something to consider. So you can call our offices and kind of inquire on where you belong. But in all honesty, we have hired our service squad agents. They are being trained right now. We're going to have boots on the ground either at the doldrums of summer or right after Labor Day. So call our office. We'd be happy to sign you up. Make sure that we make an appointment with you. Head down and figure out what you need so we can, service you better, and so that you can apply for that $2,500 for what your specific business needs help with.
So just to clarify, sorry if you don't mind me pushing in there,
ahead.
Any business in Sault Ste. Marie can do the assessment and watch the learning modules. Any business can benefit from there. Who can apply for the grant is the Main Street.
I understand
that. So I just wanted to clarify that.
Right,
There's
absolutely.
a benefit to everybody, but the small Main Street business gets the one step.
I have a friend, actually, and she was just saying she wanted to come on the show. She's a small business owner, has 2 locations in Sault Ste. Marie, and she was saying one of the things that she has to fight against is people buying online. Mm-hmm. And she said, it's to compete with that. It's difficult, especially if you don't have that kind, if you're not computer savvy, and it can be really overwhelming and very daunting for somebody. Or if you're somebody who's had a family business for a number of years, and you're not familiar with how those sorts of things work, right? So this is really set up to help them.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Totally.
That was the identified need
the genius.
4 years ago, where we started to see that happen. To this day, across the small business sector in this province, about 20% of people don't even have a computer in their businesses, let alone they say they have a website, but you might as well blow the dust off of it because it was done by a nephew 6 or 7 years ago and it hasn't been kept up, etc. So really it does come down to the core premise of this is educating Main Street businesses to become digitally savvy, to know who to buy for, what to buy, what their goal is. And ultimately, we all promote shop local, but in this case, it's shop local, sell global.
Shop local, sell global. You're just full of little golden nuggets of
I don't sleep
wisdom,
at
aren't you? Our time is up, but I want to thank you. Pardon me, Kay. It was so nice meeting you. And John, thank
Pleasure.
you. Josh, as always, a pleasure to have you on the show. You're coming back on in
next
August?
week. Yeah.
Next week you're back on again to talk about what's going on downtown. Oh, there's always something going on downtown in Sault Ste. Marie. It's fabulous. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Cheers.
And we'll be back with more Mornings with ONNtv right after this.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern Peoples Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatzoo.ca.
Go, tell.
Yeah, okay, so we were looking at that bumper, as I assume you guys were too, and it was a Christmas tree. And I'm like, it's too nice, and then there was snow on the ground. The movie.
Okay, speaking of show business.
Yes?
Sad news, if you're somebody of my generation. Partridge Family. Did you ever see the Partridge Family? Do you ever know what the Partridge Family was?
No, but I want to share the same feelings you're feeling.
I can't even understand how you don't know what the Partridge Family was. Okay, so it was Shirley Jones, who was the mother, and her real life stepson, David Cassidy.
Oh, David Cassidy?
You don't even know.
No idea.
And then Danny Bonaducci and Susan Day, no. And then Suzanne Crowe, and then who was the little guy? I forget. Anyway, they played this family, and she was a widow, and they had a school bus painted like all kinds of colors, and their last name was Partridge, and there they are. That's the Partridge Family, and their manager, and his name was Reuben.
They like maroon.
And they all performed together. And see little Tracy, the little redheaded girl?
On the right side?
Yeah, she played the tambourine, okay? She passed away. Her real name was Suzanne Crowe, married name Condrey. From 1970 to 1974, she played Tracy Partridge. You guys don't understand. This was like, people put posters in their bedrooms of this. There she is, look at her. She ended up leaving show business as a child actor. She never performed as an adult. Tracy was living in Laughlin, Nevada. She was married to a man named William Condrey. They were married for almost 30 years. She had 2 children, she had 2 daughters and a granddaughter. And there's no news yet on how she passed, but she was only 52 years old. So it's very sad. She worked in an office supply store.
Didn't want to be in the show, the limelight, eh?
No, it wasn't her thing. She did it as a kid, and that was about it. So anyway, that's kind of, you know, it makes you realize how old I am. But Tracy, 52. Anyway, that's my story. For those of you who love the Partridge Family, maybe you could sing Get Happy in memory of Tracy Crowe.
Oh, that song Get Happy, that goes like...
Singing. Come on, get happy.
Get happy.
Oh, stop it. Okay, you got to do the news now.
Ugh.
Put on your news face, put on your suit and tie. We'll be right back with local news and more from Alex Parr.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
The city of Sault Ste. Marie responded to Sioux Online's request for comment regarding an altercation that occurred on a city transit bus this past Saturday. A video submitted by a passenger who recorded the incident as it unfolded shows an altercation which ensued between a female and male passenger, which seemed to escalate quickly with children present. Tessa Vecchio, communications officer for the city, responded by stating, "It is upsetting that our passengers had to experience this situation. The safety of our riders and operators is always our priority. We do have procedures regarding how staff address escalated situations with passengers, and our transit team is currently reviewing this incident." The male passenger involved in the incident responded via the story's comment section stating, "Unfortunately, I am the man in the video. What the video doesn't show is the woman hitting my child directly in the face with a full iced coffee, then jumping on top of me and punching me in the face repeatedly. I shielded my child, I pushed the woman off of me and was pulled down to the ground with her. Meanwhile, the woman in the video also contacted Sioux Online apologizing for the incident. I am the lady in one of your videos," the woman writes. "I have not only embarrassed myself, but my family, friends, and also the man's loved ones. I have made a mockery of my family and of that man's family, and I wish that incident had never happened." Sioux Online and ONNtv will continue to provide further updates as information becomes available. Capital One experienced a major data breach, and it may come as one of the biggest in history. A hacker gained access this year to 100 million Capital One credit card accounts and applications. Paige Thompson was arrested yesterday and charged in connection with the hack, said the Justice Department. Thompson, who's 33, once worked as a software engineer for the cloud hosting company that Capital One used. The personal information accessed, which the feds say Thompson tried to share online, included 140,000 social security numbers, 1 million Canadian social insurance numbers, and 80,000 bank account numbers, as well as people's names, addresses, credit scores, and other information. Capital One says it has fixed the problem, will notify those affected, and will offer victims free credit monitoring.
Our officers have conducted detailed and thorough searches of potential areas of interest, and these searches continue.
Some of the RCMP officers in pursuit of 2 BC homicide suspects are leaving York Landing, Manitoba, after their extensive search of the community appeared to turn up nothing. The emergency response team is returning to Gillam, and the major crime unit has left, according to York Factory First Nation Chief Leroy Constant. More officers will leave the community by ferry on Tuesday, Constant said in a Facebook post shortly after 5 p.m. Central. The RCMP did not respond to questions about their deployment. The shift-in strategy comes one day after officers received a credible tip that two men matching the descriptions of Briar Shamelski, 18, and Cam McLeod, 19, were spotted near the remote community's garbage dump. Police poured into York Landing on Sunday night, but the RCMP said in a tweet on Monday afternoon it could not substantiate the tip following a thorough and exhaustive search of the community. The RCMP said at the time it would remain in the York Landing and Gillam areas, but did not immediately confirm on Monday evening if officers were being deployed back to Gillam. The setback comes on the 7th day of a nationwide hunt for arguably Canada's most wanted men. Two American teenagers jailed in the slaying of an Italian police officer showed absence of self-control, a judge concluded, in ordering them kept behind bars. Attorney Brian Claypool says the case is reminiscent of how Amanda Knox was treated.
In the United States criminal justice system, there is a constitutional presumption of innocence. It is a search for justice. In the Italian court system, it's almost as if there is a presumption of guilt, and it is more of a fact-finding mission to find the evidence to convict the suspects. Another big difference is that the judge actually participates in the investigation of the murder. That's unheard of in the United States. They are blindfolding these U.S. teenagers and in many respects bullying them and coercing them. And what the Italians are going to tell the U.S. is, look, this alleged murder happened on our territory, and just because these two teenagers are from your country, you need to follow our rules of justice.
To sports, Dale Hunter and his brother Mark Hunter are finally getting their chance to help Canada at the World Junior Hockey Championship. Despite having one of the most successful junior hockey teams in the country in the London Knights, they've never been asked before this year. The Sault Ste. Marie Police Service is once again offering an online record check service. The revamped option allows anyone to complete a record check at their convenience and eliminates the need to print and fill out paper forms. Record checks are required for a number of reasons, including volunteering with children, seniors, vulnerable individuals, and sports teams require record checks at times. Employers may also ask people to provide a record check as a prerequisite for employment. If any applicant has a criminal conviction, they may only apply for a record check to the police service where the applicant resides. Anyone who takes advantage of the online record check feature will receive priority.
Melly, did you know that the Bush Plain Heritage Center is celebrating 30 years this year?
Wow, great for them. Did you know that if you're at the Bush Plain Museum, that you're only 12 minutes and 7 seconds away from Maitland Ford Lincoln?
Really? Maitland Ford, it's closer than you think.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night.
Alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Joyful Noise, Dark Horse. What do you think? They sound similar?
Two songs with annoying noises and the same beats per minute.
The jury came back and Katy Perry has been found guilty
By Tim?
No. Katy Perry, her co-writer of the song Dark Horse, and the producer of the song Dark Horse. It's all been, they've said that they plagiarized the music from, what's the guy's name? Flame. Yeah,
Flame
his real last
Gray?
name is Gray. What? Gray. His real last name is Gray. He went by Flame at the time. Katy was nominated for a Grammy Award for Dark Horse. What's strange is also the album that Joyful Noise came off of was also nominated for a Grammy for Christian music. It was a Christian rap group. They said sorry. The jury said sorry, but there were over 1 million views on YouTube, and it was on Spotify. Joyful Noise was. Katy Perry and her producer and her co-author said, "We don't listen to Christian music. We would never have heard that song before." Katy Perry has been very vocal about the fact that she is the daughter of a preacher, and that she grew up on Christian music. So the jury was like, don't pull the wool over our eyes, Katy Perry. So there's going to be now they go into the settlement phase where they find out how much money they're going to owe.
So they were
Flame.
found guilty then, eh?
Yes, they actually were. The jury said it's too similar. There's no way that this was and Katie's lawyers were like, "These are the building blocks of music that you're taking away from us by saying that we copied them. This is basic music stuff. There's only so many notes you can use." It's so close. Anyway, guilty.
I really wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt too, and just saying there's only so much sound you can make. It's like songs are gonna sound similar.
Tell that to Mozart and Brahms and Schubert and the people who've been writing music for gazillions of years and never sounded the same. Just don't tell that to Andrew Lloyd Webber, because everything he writes sounds the same. Listen, we got another interview coming up. Rainbow Camp is here. Fantastic. It is growing exponentially every year. They've moved to a new location this year. It's getting bigger and better, but they still need support. Let's talk a little bit about what goes on at Rainbow Camp when we come back on Mornings with Luann and Tim. We'll be right back after this.
Discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5 and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim and Stephanie and Mark. Hi guys.
Hello.
Welcome to ONNtv. You are both from London, Ontario?
We are.
Yeah, around that area.
Did you know each other before you got hired?
We did, yeah. We worked together at like our previous camp, so we've known each other for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's our 10th year knowing each other.
That's pretty cool.
We met through camp.
Yeah.
So you obviously have experience working at other camps. How many are you? 10 years at least?
This is my 11th summer working as a
Holy
camp.
smokes.
Yeah.
So your title is you're the camp director, Stephanie.
I am, yes.
Okay, started off with Rainbow Camp how many years ago?
Well, this is my 4th summer at Rainbow Camp.
Okay, for the first 2 years
I was assistant director my first summer, and then I was director after that.
So 2 years of director? And And you plan on returning again?
Yeah.
You've got big plans, don't you?
I do. I think that Rainbow Camp can grow to be really big, so I'm excited to be a part of that. Yeah.
And Mark, what brought you up here? I mean, how did you know? What did you hear?
So I ended up so I was just on social media, and like I follow Steph on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So I just saw that she was like posting things about Rainbow Camp, and I was like, how do I get myself involved? How do I get there? I want to do this. I love camp, and I want to be there.
Okay. So you're the camp director, and you run what's called the LIT.
Yeah. LIT. So the Leaders in Training Coordinator. Yeah. So pretty much that program is for youth, LGBT youth who are, and allies as well, who are 17 to 18.
Okay, so they're the older?
Yeah, they're older,
campers?
yeah. So they're older, so they sign up, they apply just like Steph would. To become leaders. So they could potentially become counselors, but as well, we could make them, we're pretty much giving them like the skills like communication, leadership, self-esteem, so then they can bring that, if they choose, to bring it to camp, or as well to be leaders in their community, in the LGBT community at like their high schools, their colleges, their universities. So that's what we're mainly for, the LIT program.
So the LIT program, those students, those campers,
yeah.
They spend 2 weeks with you.
Yes, so the first week is like a training week. So they come in and we'll do all the training for them.
And with them, yeah.
Yeah.
And then for the second week, they actually shadow.
We put them into a cabin, So then they will shadow some of the counselors, so then they can learn from what the counselors do as well. We do a takeover day, so they're gonna like do all the programming the whole entire day.
They get a whole day themselves to run the camp.
That's right. Yeah. So that's pretty much like one of our biggest goals for when they're at camp is to do the takeover day.
Do they have to be a returning camper to?
Nope. Nope. So anyone can sign up for it.
18.
Yeah.
What are the ages of the campers, the youngest to the eldest?
The youngest we start at 12.
12 years old.
Turning 12, and then up until 17.
And you divide the weeks up into age groups, right, Stephanie?
That's right. Yeah. So the first 2 weeks are 15 to 17, and the last week, which is what we're on right now, is 12 to 14.
How cute are those little 12-year-olds?
Yeah, I know.
Now, and let's talk a little bit about who attends camp. They're not necessarily LGBTQ plus.
No, a lot of them are from LGBT families.
Okay.
So their parents might be in the community, or they are allies, so their sibling or their friends are there too.
You mentioned that a camper brought a sibling with them this year.
Yes.
So how fun would that be? You go to camp, you go to queer camp, and you bring your sister or your brother with you.
Yeah, and it makes it less scary of an experience to come with your friend.
Absolutely. For some of these kids, it must be remarkable. It's probably the first time they're allowed to actually just let loose and be themselves, be their own natural selves.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. You're just 100% yourself. You're just free.
No judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No concerns about other people, other youth.
And very accepting
who can be
place.
Youth can be very cruel.
Yeah, and a big thing is swimming at our camp. Is like
swimming.
Yeah. So I mean, we're right on the lake and it's beautiful. But
because they've taken over, just so they know.
Yeah.
You used to be at Camp McDougall.
We used to be there, yeah.
But now you've moved to
Camp Wakanda.
Camp Wakanda was privately purchased.
Yeah.
And so now the owner is renting to you.
Yeah.
You love it there.
We love it there.
It's a larger facility also, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's nice to get to make it our own space, like it's Rainbow Camp while we are there.
You're not sharing any camping facilities with anybody?
Yeah.
You're looking to expand next year, hopefully.
Yeah, we have another week next year, so this week...
Oh, you already know you're going to do 4 weeks next year? Yeah, so this year
we have 3 weeks of camp. Next year we're having 4 weeks, so that's really exciting.
Waiting list, you said?
So many waiting lists,
yes.
Yeah.
This is one of the only camps, where? Would you say in Canada? Or?
Yeah, we're one of maybe... we're one of the biggest ones in Canada, but there's only like 2 or 3 other bigger ones that I can think of. There's probably some smaller ones too.
Harry Stewart and Chris Southern were the people who began all of this.
Yeah, founders. We call them our founders.
Founders, along with a couple of friends of mine. So, how many campers do you have?
Every week, close to 50 around there, give or take. Yeah.
50 a week for 3 weeks, going on to 4, and there's a wait list.
Oh yeah.
Why is there a wait list? What's the reasoning that we can't get all the people in there?
Well, funding is our biggest thing. Like
funding.
We're ready to expand. Like we could have so many more weeks, but it all comes down to funding because we only ask campers to pay $350, but the actual cost is like $1,500-ish.
Wow.
So yeah.
So you're subsidizing $1,200 worth of camping.
Yeah, well, we're working hard to make it as accessible as an experience as possible. So
how do you raise the funds? I know that Rainbow Camp in the past has done some great fundraisers. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my friend Adam Prue might have done a fundraiser for Rainbow Camp, and I know Misconception.
Yes, yeah.
Kevin's been up here doing a couple.
Yeah.
Are there any fundraisers planned that you know of that we can promote, or we'll talk to Harry about that another time?
Harry,
you got to come on the show when you're raising funds, so we can.
Yeah.
But otherwise, people can donate anytime, right?
Anytime, yeah, right through our website. We make it as easy as possible.
And the website is
welcomefriend.ca.
Welcomefriend.ca.
Yeah.
Corporate sponsorship would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You've had some from TD, but
yeah, last year we got a bit of money from TD, and that was really helpful.
We need more. We need people to step up and help these youth, because talk about some of the things that the youth do while they're at camp and how they benefit from attending.
Yeah.
Who wants to take that one?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Some of the stuff they do. So right now, we've
Like
done
to do workshops?
canoeing. Yeah, we've done canoeing. We also have like educational sessions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So anything like if they don't learn it at home, we can definitely like teach them here. We have like Trans 101.
What's Trans 101? For someone who's watching who doesn't know anything about this, how would you describe Trans 101?
So that is campers who are like identify as trans, and that could be anything from like non-binary, so they don't identify as male or female or somewhere in between. And then there's people who just transition, like are assigned male or female at birth and don't identify that way.
Right.
And so we talked to them about like social transition and a lot of things like the medical side of it as well. So this is a place where they can get a lot of that information for the first time, which is why things like swimming is a big thing at our camp.
Yes.
Because I never thought about that.
Yeah,
yes,
so
exactly.
that's where they can feel comfortable. Like a lot of them love swimming, but in public pools or public spaces, they don't feel like they can take their wear the clothes that
would be what they feel in their minds and their hearts and their souls, as opposed to what their body is. Wow.
Yeah,
that's got to be freeing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
And then there's that natural therapeutic aspect too, to being that, right? So making you feel empowered not only in your community but in your body as well.
Incredible. Okay. They also have a lot of fun too.
Oh yeah.
So
when I was there, because I came out one day and spent a day. I did a lot of theater improv stuff, and it was mostly about empowerment as well, about learning how to stand up for yourself and role playing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then for fun later on, they were having a dance, because they have a dance, don't
so
they?
we still have the dance. We have a banquet, so it's like a big dinner. Everyone gets all dressed up.
I helped do makeup for the dance.
Wonderful.
So I was doing some drag king stuff and some drag queen stuff with the kids. Yeah, I've never really done drag king before, so I wasn't very helpful in that regard. But I was helping some of the kids, and you know. Even so, drag queen obviously would be some of the young men wanted to dress up.
Yeah.
But sometimes there were just an LGBTQ female who would say like, I want to do the makeup too for fun, whatever, right? So great partying going on.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of learning, lots of socialization.
Yeah, it's great.
So mental health is a huge aspect of this.
Yeah.
What other kinds of stuff do you talk about then? And do you do group sessions? Do you do any individual counseling? How does that work?
We're not there to be therapists. That's not our role.
Okay.
Our role is to give them the space where they can be themselves.
Okay.
And so we believe in developing them as holistically.
Yeah.
And that is, yes, we're all LGBT in some way, but where you really experience that growth is when you're like out in the canoe and you just like the magic happens through the connections you make with the other people in the community. So we have like mental health supports and stuff are there, but that's not our primary focus. Our primary focus is to just allow people to be themselves.
You've been there for 4 years. Have you seen returns of students? I keep calling them students.
Yeah,
I don't know why I call them students.
That's because they're young. And
I guess so.
Yeah. And it's amazing seeing them year to year and watching some of these kids grow up. And now, I've seen one of my LITs from last year is on staff now. Yeah,
it's nice too that some of the staff, it's nice to see some of the campers turn into LITs, which then hopefully will become staff as well.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So it's just it's amazing seeing the growth.
Now you go back home to London. No, you're going back
live in Toronto now.
Because you're going for your BA in dance at York?
I'm finishing a master's.
A master's, sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
That's okay.
Master's at York in dance?
Yes.
And you, sir?
I will be going back to London, and I will be going to be an educational assistant for the school board of Thames Valley.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, do you think you'll come back next year?
I've already been told I am. Yes.
I'm coming out next year. You know, let's do it. I came out a long time ago. But I'd love to come visit. Maybe we could do an on-location thing. Would that be fun? I know there's some issues with confidentiality, but we'll look into it. We'll work with Harry and we'll do an on-location.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Fabulous. Okay. Rainbow Camp, help them out, please. Donate. Make a difference in a child's life. The website once again is
rainbowcamp.ca.
Thanks for being here. Enjoy the rest of your summer.
Wonderful. Thank you so
Stephanie,
much.
Mark, a pleasure.
Thank you.
We'll be right back to say goodbye with Alex after this.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
SPCA's got something going. I think it's terrific. No hot pets. That's what it's called. You know what it's for? It's for dummies that leave their pets in the car. If you see this and you're walking by and you see a pet in a hot car roasting away, the windows up, you call the police or call the SPCA and they'll have somebody there quick. Don't let our pets die in the car. Get involved.
What do you wish for? A nice life? Nice things? Or do you wish for something more? A sense of purpose? Do you wish to discover a cure? To write code that cracks an unsolvable question? To further our exploration into space? Or to invent something that changes everything right here on Earth? Well, if that's your wish, make yourself ready. Because when you look back, you'll see that you didn't just make wishes, you realized them.
So I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide. The average Canadian will spend their last 10 years in sickness. Change your future at makehealthlast.ca.
Today I'm not singing. I'm just saying a heartfelt thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the morning show. We appreciate it so much. If you're looking for security, it's what does it say? Peace of mind is a choice.
Peace of mind is a matter of choice.
Yeah, so get a hold of KC Security and they'll give you peace of mind.
And make sure you tune in at 6:30 tonight on TV for the Game Sports Show. I'm not on it tonight, but Dave McCaig's doing it, and you wouldn't want to miss
We're
it
out
for
of time.
anything.
We'll see you tomorrow. Wellness Wednesday. Bye for now.